Welcome to Rock Solid Productions, where in this video we are going to unbox our September 2020 Video Games Monthly Box. Stay tuned! Hey everyone, Gary here with Rock Solid Productions. Now, before we dive into today's video and today's box, I just want to take a second and say thank you, as always, for stopping by and checking out the silliness we have going on here on the channel. I really do appreciate it. If you like what you see here, do me a huge favor. Check out some of the other videos that we have here on the channel, including previous Video Games monthly unboxing videos on Video Games Monthly. You get the point. And if you really like what you see here, do me a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button and that bell notification. It's more important now than ever to do that notification setting, because YouTube, they're not sending out email alerts anymore to let you know when we do have new content up there. And don't just do that for me, do that for any creator that you enjoy. It's something that pretty much all creators on the platform could use your assistance with. And what I want to know today, before we get into this month's box, have you been able to go out game hunting, and if so, what's your favorite recent pickup? This one here behind me, Yo Noid. I saw Mike Matei play this recently from Son of Massacre, the Angry Video Game Nerds. You all know who Mike Matei is. And it's one of those, I forgot all about how good this game was. I had to pick it up, and I got it for a really good price from our friends over at Live Action Games. So, Video Games Monthly is a monthly subscription service, kind of like a Netflix or a GameFly, but you get to keep the games, and they are all retro-based games. So pretty much everything from the Wii U, the PS3, and the Xbox 360 and older. And they have a ton of different systems. They even have handheld systems if you are looking to collect those. So what we're going to do, we're going to open up this month's box, we're going to see what we got, we're going to see how clean the games are too, and we're going to test them out on our system just to make sure everything plays. Let's get to the bench. Alright, so here we have this month's box, and we're just going to dive right into it. And we got some cool looking stuff to begin with. Looks to be like a lens wipe or something. Let's take a look what we got here. Yep, that's exactly what this is. It is like a lens cloth or something. So that's nice for like my glasses. Oh, I had hoped so that Video Games dust sleeve on there I thought was printed on the cloth. That would have been cool. Now available for pre-order, Super Blood Hockey. We are proud to announce the very first release of Super Blood Hockey. Place your pre-order now at premiumeditiongames.com. And then we have our normal stuff here. Win 3 free games if you post a picture up on their Facebook page. Make sure you update your library. Haha, we've got another one-up. Very cool. So on the top, we're seeing some NES goodness. Willow. So Willow is one of those games I've actually never played. This was one of them on my list. The cartridge looks to be in decent shape. The label is in good shape too. We'll open this up in a little bit to check out the pins. So very cool. We start out with a good one for the NES. Oh, I love me some imports. And here we have one of the best imports you could get. Banjo Kazooie. This is the original one. It is designed for the Japanese N64. Now, I have a US version of this. Very cool to have a Japanese version. Now, the main difference on the N64 for the cartridge for US and Japanese games are these tabs here, their placement. On the Japanese ones, they're placed outward. On the US ones, they're placed inboard. So, pretty cool there. Again, we will open that up in a little bit, see how the pins are. And I think this is Snowboard Kid. Yep, Snowboard Kids. Again, I've never actually played this one, but I've heard really good things about it. And cartridge, again, overall, looks to be in decent shape. Looks like we have a Wii game here, Mini Clip Sushi Go-Round from South Peak Games. Never heard of it. Let's see. It's a fun and fast-paced game that puts you in charge of a busy sushi restaurant. Keep the customers happy, and you'll become the most successful chef in town. But watch out for tough food critics and fussy diners. Okay. Hey, actually I didn't even notice to begin with. Sealed. Pretty cool. And the last game this month is Gun for the Gamecube. I've heard of it. I've never played it. It's another one that I haven't played. No manual. Let's take a look at the disc. The last time we had a GameCube disc, we had quite a bit of like resurfacer compound around the center part, and we do again here. Let's take a look. So if you look around here, there's a lot of resurfacing agent still on the disc. Now, it actually looks like it may mostly be on the outside. Nope, it's on the data side. I mean, thankfully you can just use a little bit of water to get that off. And good to see that they do actually resurface their discs. But now let's actually check out the condition of our games that we have here. So to get into an NES game, you will need a 3.8mm game bit, which I have here. If you don't have them, head over to CastleManiaGames.com. Ryan's got them in stock. Pretty handy to have. Now, in previous videos, I've actually shown where I have like my power driver and everything that I can pull the games apart. I was actually racing last weekend, so that's still down with my race stuff. Let's take a look at these pins. So these pins, probably one of the dirtiest cartridges I've gotten from them lately. Definitely needs some cleaning on here. On the front, there's the back. We're going to use just the 1-up cards for this. I don't think that we're necessarily going to need to Bright Boy this, but we will double check. So again, just using a 1-up cleaning card. And again, you can get these through Castlemania Games. Put some fluid on the fluid side. It's getting a lot off, but not all of it. You can kind of see specifically on this side here tends to be, looks like it's the dirtier side, but there's, yeah, we'll Bright Boy it. We'll look at the back here. The front side definitely dirtier than the back, but both sides are, you know what? We're not gonna Bright Boy it. I'm gonna hit just these little pins on that side there. So why I like Bright Boy versus Brasso is it is not a abrasive, or not an abrasive. Look at all that crud coming off there. And as you saw, I just put a little bit on those pins, getting even more off there. And I'll actually just do a quick pass on these guys. That's gross. It doesn't leave that chalky residue behind like Brasso will. It doesn't strip the pins down like Brasso will. It just overall does a better job. And even though so there's the dry side, there's the side that I actually had used for initial contact with Bright Boy. Even though I did that, I'm still gonna go through and do another pass with my 1-up card. Now the nice thing is I already have fluid on this, so I don't need to rejuice it, as it were. And all that I'm doing here is making extra sure that I'm getting all the Bright Boy off. You don't want that stuff to get into the pins on your system. It's not going to cause corrosion or anything like that, but you don't want anything that'll gunk up the works. Set that back in. And to clean your games, you don't need to take them apart like I am here. I'm just doing it this way so everyone can kind of see what I'm doing. All right, so Willow back together. And we will test this out before this video is over. Now, with both Banjo Kazooie and Snowboard kids, you know, I can use the standard size 1-up card to clean these if I wanted to. If I'm not taking them apart, I prefer using the mini cards because they are a much lower profile. If you take a look here, you can see how much lower profile that cleaning material is over this. The cartridges for the N64, they're pretty tight. So by having that smaller, the mini card, it just makes it easier to get in there. Speaking of getting in there, we're going to get in here. Again, this is a 3.8mm security bit. Now, one little cheat too, if you ever want to import a Japanese N64 game, but you haven't done a region-free mod on your system, which is super easy to do, I've got a link right up there, you can check it out. You can actually just get a lot of broken US games and you can swap out the backs if you really want to. But by the time you do that, you might as well just do the mod that I outlined. I forgot this does have that RF shield on there, so we need to get a Phillips screwdriver. So to get into the RF shield here, you just need a small Phillips screwdriver. I use one here that's one of my RC tools from a company called Connexus. Hi, Murphy Mayhem. Now, this particular one has been discontinued, but you can get them. It's basically the exact same thing under is it Duratrax or Onyx, one of the two. It's an RC tool. Now this one looks really, really good. So if you take a look at those pins, we'll still hit it with the 1-up cleaning card, but that looks really nice. No need to Bright Boy this at all. Good job, guys. So, and I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to put it back together, and I'll show you what I mean about getting the the standard 1-up card in compared to the mini, because the mini, like I say, just makes life so much easier. So for this, we're going to put the RF shield back on, but I'm not going to close the case back up because it'll be easier to see without the case on. So standard card, if you go in, let's do a side profile shot. You can see here how tight that fit is. Does it fit? Yes. You're also not getting a whole lot of motion side to side just because of how wide this card is versus the cartridge itself. So what I'm going to put some fluid on the fluid side on this one. Here you can see I've got a lot more room. It's still a tight-ish fit, but I can, twist it and whatnot. It takes the stress and pressure off of the card itself. Doesn't stress the RF shield either. And I've noticed on the bottom side with those tabs underneath, that's where it really causes an issue with the bigger pads, and this just makes life a whole lot easier. I also just feel like I'm doing a better job cleaning because I'm making a bigger motion. I'm sure that's probably 100% psychological. And then we line up the tabs on the back. And we'll drop our security bits back in. Again, that was one of the cleanest games I think I've seen from them. So nice contrast from what Willow was. Willow wasn't terrible, but it definitely needed a good cleaning. That one was pretty dirty. So there's Banjo, and now let's check out Snowboard Kids. And this one again, I don't even have to take it out. The pins are really clean on that, so I'm not going to bother to open up the rest of the way. I am going to grab, though, the 1-up card. I like to clean my games before, when I get them, just to make sure we are perfectly clean. There's that side. And looking at the outside of the cases, a lot of times you can have an idea of what to expect when you're getting things like these. Now, Willow, I thought the game looked clean, so I was a little bit surprised at the condition of the pins. Both Banjo and Snowboard Kids look great on the outside, so I am not surprised to see the condition there. So we're going to go ahead. We are going to button this one back up, and we're going to throw Willow in our NES, and we're going to wrap it up. So there you have it, our September unboxing of our Video Games Monthly box. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments. For me, I'm excited to play Willow. It is not a game that I've ever played before. I've heard that it's kind of like Link to the Past, but 8-bit style. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm actually a fan of the movie. I really enjoyed Willow when it first came out. Having the Japanese version of Snowboard Kids and Banjo Kazooie, pretty cool. Now, I already have a copy of Banjo Kazooie for the US system, so having a Japanese one, neat, but not great. It wasn't one of those that I was looking to complete, like have a PAL, NTSC, NTSJ system, so it's okay, not great. Snowboard Kids, it's okay. Sushi Go-Round, at best, And Gun, never played. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Red Dead or a precursor to Red Dead Redemption. If you've played it, let me know down in the comments. Is it any good? If you want to go ahead and subscribe to Video Games Monthly, they've got a number of different tiers out there starting at $35 where you can get 3 games a month. I believe their top tier is like $80 a month and you get 10 games. And then you do get the bonuses like the 1-ups, the little tchotchkes that they throw in there. I have from our previous month, like, a bottle opener. They've thrown in poker chips. They've thrown in, other things in the boxes too to kind of help give you a better value over and above and beyond what you get just from the games. Probably my best box I've had in a while, and part of that is by default because there weren't any RPGs, and the last 2 months I've gotten a lot of RPGs in here. How did I solve that problem? Well, that's the cool thing about Video Games Monthly. You can email them and let them know, hey, I'm on the lookout for this, 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 and this. I don't want any of these. So I was able to tell them, hey, I'm on the lookout. Actually, I believe Willow was one of the games that I let them know that I was looking for, and I told them, I don't want any RPGs. No RPGs, so that's good. You can also go ahead and update your library so you can let them know what you have as well. That's the easiest way to do it. I've got to remember to do that after this. Now, another cool thing that I use is an app called GameEye, and that helps me when I'm out looking for games to let me know, hey, do I have this or do I not? There have been times when it has saved me from buying the same game 3, 4, 5 times. I'm always looking for Ratchet and Clank games. I'm like, I've got to be missing one. I look at my list, nope, I got them all. Okay, good. So that's one of the things you can use to definitely keep an eye on what you have and what you need versus what's already in your collection. I was really happy with the condition of the games on Banjo and on Snowboard Kids. Gun, I kind of wish that they would clean up a little bit when they do run it through the disc surfacing machine. And on Willow, just the one side on the, I believe it was the right-hand side of the board, needed a little bit of a touch-up with Bright Boy. Everything else looked super clean. Now, if you've got any comments or questions, as always, you can email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. You can send me a message on Twitter. We're up there at Rock Solid Studios. Send us a message on Facebook, facebook.com/rocksolidproductions. And you can always check out what we're doing over on Instagram too at instagram.com/rocksolidproductionsgk. Now, like I mentioned too, if you're looking for like the game bits that I showed you that I was using, the one-up cleaning cards, head on over to castlemaniagames.com. Ryan's got all that stuff on there. The cool thing is if you use promo code ROCKSOLID10, saves you 10% off of most of those items on the website, and I am 99% sure that all the one-up stuff should be completely covered by the discounts on there along with the game bits. Pretty decent box. I'm starting to wonder how much more I'm going to continue with this though. For someone just starting out a collection, great value. If we had conventions right now, maybe not as much of a value for me, but at least this way I am getting new games, and the grab bag aspect of it is pretty neat. I want to play some Willow. We're going to play some Willow. I am Gary. This has been Rock Solid Productions and our look at our September Video Games Monthly Unboxing. I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to support the future of Rock Solid Productions, you can do so by visiting our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, you'll get early access to all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. You can also become a channel member here on YouTube for as little as $1.99 a month, and with that, you get a badge next to your name when you comment or post on the channel, and you are acknowledged whether you are a channel member or a Patreon supporter at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also support the channel by visiting our Teespring store on screen now, where we have t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, masks, cell phone cases, and much more. Everything that we raise gets reinvested right back into the channel so we can make more and better content for you. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.